Howdy guys, Jimmy Song here. I wanted to talk in this video about what I actually do on a day-to-day basis. People are like, okay, well, you don't do Facebook or TV or movies or sports or news or, you don't, you cut out a lot of food or regular meals. What the hell do you do all day? Well, all right, so I'm going to tell you. So I have a lot of different businesses. Obviously, I have programming blockchain. I help people split hard forks. I speak at conferences, so I have to prep a lot of talks. I speak at meetups as well. I'm writing a book for O'Reilly. I produce these videos. I go on a lot of different shows on YouTube and on different podcasts. I write a lot of articles. I consult for people on a project basis. I'm a partner at Blockchain Capital, so I do some of that. And I'm an advisor to a couple of projects. So, that's like nine jobs that I have. Plus, I have a couple more projects that I want to get off the ground. Like I want to help Tone with his conference. I want to possibly write another book and get that off the ground. There's a lot of stuff in my life, and all of that sort of came in like sort of naturally. And part of that is because I left a lot of room by cutting out a lot of these things. Now, when you cut out news, now you have like a few more hours in the day instead of reading news stories. You can like go work on something. And what I found is that, especially like a lot of these consumptive behaviors, like news, Facebook, TV, movies, sports, they're all consumption tasks, right? Like they're things that you do to consume. The more stuff that you consume that you take out, the more you start producing. So I've been producing, a lot of material, over the past year and a half or so. I've produced a lot of articles, a lot of videos, the programming blockchain course. I'm writing a book now. Like production comes when you cut out a lot of the consumption. And honestly, a lot of my time is spent on the production side of things. So, for example, this week I've taught the course to a private client, to a bunch of their developers, and like I had a couple of new modules that I was testing out, so I had to like do a lot of work for that, and take a few hours, on the days before the seminar to make sure that those were all doing okay, and it involves like BIP37 and Bloom filters and connecting to the testnet network and making sure that all of that worked, and designing the exercises and getting the slides and all that stuff. That's a lot of work, right? Like that's at least like 3-4 hours at each day before the seminar. And I had a private client seminar for 3 days, right? Like that was like 4 or 5 hours, or 4 to 6 hours each day. So that was a significant part, at least this week. In addition, I was working on an article that I had an idea from being on Vortex's show. So I was like, okay, well now I got to go and maybe write this down. I did a mind map of all of the possible things that I wanted to cover in that article, and then I organized it, and then I put it into sort of like a rough outline form, and then I started writing. That took like 3-4 hours to actually get down. And I've been editing it like an hour here, hour there. I sent it to people for review, all that stuff. I've also been working on like some presentations. So I'm going to speak at the Black Blockchain Summit. I'm also going to debate Roger Ver on this cruise. So like that's a lot of stuff, right? Like, and I have to practice all that. I have to go and write the slides, or I have to go and look at the material that I want to make sure I present in the debate. I want to make sure that I'm presenting my side very well. I want to do a good job. So, there's plenty of stuff for me to do, and I'm constantly doing that. And that's all work related. I haven't even gotten to like playing board games with my kids, or making sure that they're doing their homework, or you know, um, helping them understand some math concept or something like that, or stuff that I do for my church, or like the powerlifting that I do at the gym, and making sure that all my technique is right and all that stuff. If you saw my other video, the four priorities are in my life are faith, family, finances, and fitness. If it doesn't fit into that category, I'm probably not doing it. But there's a lot of stuff in each category, and I end up trying to learn or understand more stuff in those if I'm consuming at all. But largely, I am mostly producing stuff, and that's what I've noticed about cutting out of a lot of that consumptive behavior, is that I have a lot more time for production. Anyway, hope that helps you. I don't know if you're curious about that or not. That's just what I do. I'm not telling anyone else to do it. It's just, people are curious, so I wanted to make a video explaining. This song is